Welcome back to the Bulldog Bark. This week we'll be talking about prom and seeing what seniors did during senior trip. Welcome back to the best doggone sports show not on TV with Shy and Brad.
Baseball, softball, and girls soccer have a game Tuesday at Lejeune,
Wednesday at Croatan,
and Friday at Richlands.
We also have a baseball game home Saturday, 12 o'clock versus Hotter. Come out and support your dogs.
Here's a recap of the 2018 senior trip.
What was your highlight of your senior trip? Hearing about Kevin passing out on the rocket.
Seeing all the Snapchat stories.
Probably making a lot of people laugh.
Grad bash, it was pretty lit.
The girl them skill arty. Thunderball, some give it to, some give it to, some give it to our girls. 5 million and 40 naughty shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, all my girls. Thunderball say, well, I'm on the way, the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Because the girl them broke out on the floor. From you don't wanna work this performer. From you don't wanna man where can't turn you on. Girl, make I see you when them upon ya. Can't stand for the long, nah eat no yam, no steamed fish, no green banana. But down in Jamaica, we give it to you hot like a sauna. Well, I'm on the way, the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you.
You gotta go all the way back, Alex. This week we asked people what they wanted to hear at prom. This is what they said.
No Hands by Walk of Washington.
Drake, Amen.
She's Everything by Brad Pitt. Selfish by PNB Rock.
Plain Jane.
The Weekend, Anti-Dollar-Sign or not.
Today we find out what prom was like 100 years ago.
What was your most prominent prom memory?
Going to prom with a bunch of friends, just having a good time.
The date that I went with to my prom senior year, we had broken up the week before, so we went to the prom anyway. We kind of, we had dinner, danced a couple of dances, and went home.
I got home at 11 o'clock on prom night. So for all of you who think you need a prom date, sometimes it's better to go by yourself. Yep.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't dance because I watched people dance because you don't want to see me dance. But afterwards, we had an after prom party at our school.
Getting dressed up and getting my hair done and going out to dinner and then dancing the night away.
I had a district track meet that day, and I ran about 10 events. I was sunburnt, and I had to get home, get dressed really fast, and get to prom where I was absolutely exhausted, and so was my prom date because she was on the track team as well. So we got about halfway through prom. We looked at each other and said, "You want to go home and sleep?" So we went home and slept.
My family could not afford a dress, and my high school football coach's wife took me shopping and bought me the dress so that I would be able to go.
The terrible tuxedo choices, me included. The pink tie and cummerbund was pretty awful.
That was yours?
That was mine.
Just being able to go with all my friends to have dinner and get dressed up and meet at the prom, and we just had a really good time dancing and hanging out together. I tried calamari for the very first time ever. It was awesome. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys listen up for the important after prom information.
Do you have any personal experiences with drunk driving that you'd like to advise our school about?
Yes, I have two personal experiences. One, 2 years ago, my daughter was driving to school for volleyball practice before school started. So it was August 15th at 8:30 in the morning, and she was stopped at a stoplight. Stoplight turned green. She went through the stoplight, and she was T-boned by a drunk driver. She basically had protection around her from some higher being because everybody thought she was going to be dead, but she had a severe concussion, bruised ribs, fractured pelvis, but she survived. And the lady that was driving was under the influence of alcohol and other narcotics. And then when I was, just like you guys, I was 19 years old, and I was dating a girl that was 18 and just graduated from high school, and we were at a gathering, and she'd been drinking, and she had to be home at 12 o'clock. And so she was leaving me, and I told her that she shouldn't be driving, that she'd been drinking and she needed to stay, and she wouldn't stay, and she said she had to get home. And so she left me at 12, and at 2 o'clock in the morning I got a phone call that she had been in a single car accident and been thrown out of the car, hit her head on the pavement, and was in a coma, and 3 days later she died. So I was the last person to see her. Tried to put her seatbelt on her when she left. Some of you kids don't wear seatbelts. and tried to put her seatbelt on her when she left. And she took it out of my hands and she said, "I got it covered." It's the last words I ever heard from her. And I carried her casket, and it was not something that I wish on anybody to have to go through. The best thing to do is don't drink, it's illegal. Don't do drugs, it's illegal. And if you do any of that, don't get behind the wheel. And don't let any of your friends get behind the wheel.
My message would be to just really think about the decision and the impact that it's going to have on the rest of your life. If you're lucky enough to only get pulled over and end up with a DUI, that's a lifelong impact. You may not be driving for a long time. Think about what could happen if you don't make it home. I mean, think of the impact that that's going to have on your family or someone else's family if, God forbid, you get in an accident on the way home, because it happens. And everybody always says it's not going to happen to me, and it could happen to you, and it's not worth it. Call somebody. Call a parent, call a friend, call somebody that's going to come pick you up. They'll be less mad at you for calling for a ride than they will for if something happens on the way home.
Thank you.
Are you opening up Shipwreck Mini Golf after prom this year?
Yep, we'll be opening up this year just like we did last year or the year before. So we'll open up, we're open at 9 anyway, so the kids can come anytime after the prom's over. It's $5 for the kids. We have ice cream, we have soda, and I'm trying to figure a way to get pizza there. So we'll be open till 12. So you can start playing at 12, but you gotta be out of there about 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Bulldog Bark. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to turn in your journalism applications by next Wednesday, April 25th.